everybody. Here we go. Happy Monday. It's Matt Connarton Unleashed, and we are live from the studios of WMNH 95.3 FM in glorious downtown Manchester, New Hampshire. Also on Comcast 97 if you're in Manchester, streaming at WMNHradio.org, and of course at mattconnarton.com. And hello to our friends at Raw Talk Online, and of course on the Facebook, on the Matt Connarton Unleashed Facebook page. It is Monday, April 12, 2021, and I'm not alone on this Monday. Jenny is here at the news desk.
Hello, Governor. How are you? No, that was terrible. Hi.
What are you, like British or something? You like one of those British people? You all like English or something?
I'm not even going to attempt that because my friends will kick my butt. Actually, I am part British, so there.
You are?
Yeah.
No.
Mostly Italian on that side, but.
Uh-huh.
You know, the Studio Colors came out with a new video to this. They have really cool artwork, and there's a new artwork video. So you should look it up. I think it came out like a week or two ago, tops.
Oh, okay.
Of this song.
Yeah, when this goes up on YouTube, this song specifically gets us banned on YouTube. The video of the show gets blocked in Iran.
Only in Iran?
The Iranians. No, there's a couple others too, but the Iran stands out.
You know why?
The Iranians don't like the song. Yeah.
They don't like what the song's about.
They don't like the sexual ambiguity of it.
There's no ambiguity going on.
Right. Well, you know,
it's the ask.
They're all uptight.
They don't want to just be friends anymore.
They're all uptight.
They are.
They're mad at Israel.
Well, they're mad at everybody. Do they even like anybody? Do they get along with anybody?
Well, the Iranian people really like Americans. It's just the government and the Ayatollahs and so forth who...
you really think Iranian people like America?
No,
You're
they
daft.
do. No.
No,
that's true.
That's not true.
A lot of Iranians really like Americans.
Still hold America responsible for the Iran-Iraq war, in which we helped Saddam Hussein destroy and kill people there. So
the government
they're
does.
not big fans. No, the people too.
No,
I've seen stuff that have indicated that.
Some people.
You really think the people of Iran love America?
No, there's been documentaries made about how a lot of Iranian citizens really like America and kind of or they like American culture, and it's not. Some of them, they have the sophistication to understand that, And it's like this with a lot of countries around the world, I think, where you have people who, they don't have anything against the American people, but they understand it's governments fighting. Like some people, and some Americans think of it that way, too.
I'm going to have to look this up, because I find it, I wouldn't.
You'll find that I'm right. No,
I'm going to have to look that one up. I am.
Younger generations of Iranians tend to like America. And I think...
So you think we're getting away from... It's just the older generations that remember the death and destruction? I mean, it doesn't matter what you think of Iran. It doesn't matter if you like or don't like anything they're doing. The Iran-Iraq war had a profound effect in that region.
Oh, sure.
And we took a side.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what side, we took a side, and it wasn't on their side. So I would anticipate they wouldn't be very big fans of Americans.
But you got to remember, too, I mean, there's younger generations of Iranians who have no idea about the Iran-Iraq war, just like there's generations of several now of Afghanis who don't understand why American drones kill their families, at a wedding party. They don't understand because they don't even know what 9/11 is, because it happened before they were born. So
there's actually an interesting. I was watching a documentary in regards to Afghanistan, and there's actually a movement there to try and get people back towards the what Afghanistan was in the 1970s, mm-hmm. which is vastly different. They looked very much like America in the 1970s in the sense that they wore westernized clothing. Women were not fully covered. They could wear skirts. They could wear pants. They dressed and looked just like any American woman, And then when the Taliban came in, that changed dramatically, and they're not allowed under the Taliban. If you clapped, that was grounds to kill you.
Or the Mujahideen, as they were known.
You could not
back
clap.
then.
Yeah, no dancing.
Yeah.
No clapping, no singing. A woman's voice, especially, no singing. Those were grounds to kill you. So now there's this really neat guy, and it's a movement I was watching. They're working on trying to bring people back into that by encouraging singing and dancing and tapping your feet and clapping. I mean, they're just trying to get people engaged in that way to maybe bring it back.
Yeah.
I mean, I hope that happens because it really went so far backwards for women especially.
You ever see Charlie Wilson's War?
Mm-mm.
It's a Tom Hanks movie, but it's a very underrated. Most people don't know about it, but it's absolutely excellent, and that's all I'll say about it. But we need to watch that if we can find that online on Amazon Prime or something.
You have to remind me to look that up.
Watch that. But talking about that reminded me of that great film. It has it's Tom Hanks plays Charlie Wilson, and I can't remember the actor's name now. Kind of a heavyset guy. He passed away maybe 5-6 years ago.
That's a descriptor of how many.
I know.
Come on,
I can totally picture him, and I'm
No.
totally blanking on his name. But anyway,
so far, I have not gotten mind reading.
Great
as
film,
part
though.
of the side effects of my vaccination, which I will get number 2 on Wednesday.
Great film. Yeah. I get my number 2 on. That sounds wrong, but I'll get my second vaccination on the 26th, and then by around May 10.
You have your vaccination on the 26th?
Yeah, April 26th.
What time's your vaccination?
It's 8 a.m. or 8:15 on the card.
Oh, okay, that should work.
We talked about that.
Yes,
remember?
That's right. No, I just sat here and just had a panic attack for a second. That's all.
We'll have to go to Concord first.
Yes.
Get me shot up and then go to your appointment. But there was some. We'll get into all of it in a few minutes, but there was some discouraging news that I shared out regarding the South Africa variant, although Dr. Fauci today said something. Philip Seymour Hoffman, thank you, Scott Robinson. That's the actor I was trying to think of. Yes, he's in Charlie Wilson's War with Tom Hanks, and they're both absolutely awesome in that film. But Dr. Fauci said some encouraging things regarding that today, so we'll get into all of that. But before we go any further in today's show, of course, it is a new week. I want to remind you all that we are proudly sponsored by the Hop Knot. Don't go there today because Monday and Tuesday is their weekend. But they are in the Brady Sullivan right across the street, and they have the beautiful terrace area set up. It actually looks different than it did. It looks like it's more kind of like they're sharing it with...
Well, they were sharing before.
Yeah, but it looks like it's the way it's designed now compared to the way it was before the winter. It looks like it's more for everyone in the plaza. It looks like, and it's really nice.
It's
not that it wasn't nice before, but the way
not for everyone. You mean the businesses there?
Well,
yeah.
right. Well,
I think
that's
the
what I
big
meant.
thing that's throwing you off is the fact that there are picnic tables.
Yeah.
And there were no picnic tables last year. There were only the metal tables.
Right.
Now there's a nice little mix out there.
Yeah, it looks really nice.
It does. I'm going to sit out there and paint.
Yeah.
A nice warm day, obviously.
Yeah.
But I'm looking forward to sitting out there and painting again. I really love sitting out there and doing that. It's just so much fun for me, and it's just a nice way to spend the day.
Yeah.
And then I get spoiled by the Hop Knot because they'll bring me a drink, they'll grab me a salad. I have my Jenny salads.
Mm-hmm.
I love my salads, soups and sandwiches. Oh my! I'm overdue for a mac and cheese. I think I'm due for a mac and cheese and another pizza. You still owe me a pizza because you ate all of it.
I ate most of it.
You ate all of it.
As is my custom.
You barely gave me 2 slices. I had 1 slice. Look back, and there's nothing in the box. And you go, "Oh, do you want that slice?" And I'm like, "Well, yeah."
Well,
I only had one. And you said, "Really?"
The thing is, I mean, you can't fight fate and destiny, and the fate and destiny of that pretzel pizza was to be in my stomach.
No.
That's where it was
supposed
destined
to
to
have
be.
been shared. 50-50, Maddie.
50-50? Well,
50-50, Maddie.
you never eat as much as I do.
No, I don't.
No.
Which means I always give you anything, but
Should
you
be
didn't
more
even want to give.
more like an 80-20
You
kind
gave
of
me
thing.
like an appetizer, but I couldn't have like a whole meal.
Yeah.
I got the appetizer, went back for the meal, and you scoffed it all down.
You know,
Then
it's
you
like,
acted shocked when I said
well.
I only had one piece.
I eat fast. That's part of my problem.
You inhale. I don't even know how you know if something's good. You inhale.
Mm-hmm. I'm like, I remember seeing when they, remember Behind the Music on VH1 when they used to have those?
Yeah.
I remember the Leonard Skinner one. They were talking about how when
I always liked those.
when they first started the band, they'd go to McDonald's. They'd all go to McDonald's together, and they would all eat really fast because if they didn't, one of the other band members would grab some of their food, because they were poor, but they were, just starting the band. And I just eat fast because I eat fast.
Back in my T-shirt days, we just went noodles of life,
Mm-hmm.
ramen noodles. I just get a 12-pack, make a big pot of it in the kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody ate.
Yes.
After a show, we'd go to IHOP.
Ah, yes. But please visit the Hop Knot, our wonderful sponsor, and thank you all who have been so supportive of them. Great food, great service, and a great family that owns and operates it.
And all the taps are back open. They have 20 different beer varieties, local and from all around the world. It's just amazing.
Yes.
Amazing tries out there.
Absolutely. We have our first call of the week on the show. Hi, welcome to Matt Connarton Unleashed. Who's this?
It's Eazy-G.
Eazy-G, Eric Gagnon.
Easy.
Hey, I saw your new, what was it, your new total for the Relay for Life?
Yeah, $1,176. I'd like to give a shout-out to our latest contributor to the Relay, Bernard March.
I thought you were at 17.
I think Eazy-G is also suffering from adult onset dyslexia.
It's the math, Maddie. It's the math.
Yeah, it's $1,176.
You mean 1,700?
The latest donation.
That's
unbelievable.
No, wait, hang on. Eric, you're going backward. Well, the last message you sent me, yes, it was 1176, but the message before that was 1736.
Yeah, I just got another $40 donation from Bernard March. So the latest update is $1,776.
Right. You said 1,176. It's 1,776.
Oh,
so
maybe I posted it wrong. I don't know.
You can.
Maybe the numbers keep changing.
Well, yeah, which is a good thing.
But we want them to go in a forward direction.
Right. The numbers are going up. Don't.
Not
you're right. It's $1,776.
Yes,
You're right.
Yeah, there we go. Ding, ding, ding.
So it's 224 from the new goal 2,000, and I've raised 226 since last Thursday.
Oh, well done, Eric. We're very proud of you.
I know.
Totally proud of you.
Boy, I really kicked a home run lately.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did.
Absolutely. Great job.
I got a $100 donation, but they remain anonymous, so that really helped yesterday. So.
Let's remind everyone, new listeners who might not know, let's remind everyone what this is for. So this is for the Relay for Life.
It's American Cancer Society on June 5th, right around the corner now, really.
And what is?
Let me ask you.
You can go to, if you're Facebook friends with me, you can go to the my Relay for Life post on my Facebook wall and donate if you so choose.
Absolutely.
You should drop that link in the chat room there.
Oh yeah.
Am I correct in your goal? Your new goal is to hit $2,000. So, all right, we're doing math here. Are you short what? $224? Is that about what he's
Something
short?
Like that, yeah. Unbelievable.
That's all he's short to hit his goal of $2,000.
Yeah. Wow.
$224 to hit your goal of $2,000 for the Relay of Life for cancer.
I'm going to collect money up till June 1st, though. Who knows what? I'll probably bust right through that.
Oh, I think so.
I think that you could break that. I would love to see you go break that. Absolutely.
Yeah, I think you're going to find yourself setting a new goal pretty soon.
And my friend Angie, who's on she's runs my team. She's raised $1,000 herself.
Excellent.
Congratulations. We're so proud of you.
She just donations from people.
What is the deadline? Is it just?
She's been doing this like 15 years.
He said June
she's got
1st.
a whole gang of people that give her money every year. So.
Oh, a gang of people.
There are different people than I ask, believe it or not. A lot of generous people here in the city of Manchester.
Yes.
Look at the thing we get going tomorrow for the Day Old Challenge. I'm going to be pumping that out tomorrow. They've raised I think a little over $400, and that was this morning. Who knows what the total is now?
Christian Lacoste offered to walk with Daryl, and Daryl was like, no, I don't want anyone to walk with me. You know,
I think Brooklyn Mike is supposed to be shadowing it tomorrow, I guess.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
See, that would creep me out. I would rather have somebody walk with me than shadow.
And then Gonzo's going to be at the Blue Rock over there, and then Andy from Manchester Egg is going to be at the pizza, Elm Street House of Pizza. So
outstanding.
It's quite an interesting event. The weather's going to be good. It's not going to rain, so it's going to be a little chilly, but I think it's good for a walk.
So the challenge is he has to get there and back, and he has to get there and back in 45 minutes, and I think he can do it.
Yeah, I think he's going to come back around 43, 44 minutes. I think he has like a minute or two to spare.
I think he's going to have 5 minutes to spare. I think 20 down and 20 back. That's my prediction. I think he strikes me as a fast walker.
Yeah, I want to give another shout out to my always my new best friend who gave me a ride to the COVID vaccine today over the Southern University campus. There was hardly anybody there, so it took me like half an hour early. And as far as I know, I'm still among the living. As far as you know, what if you're not though? What if you're? What if we're talking to your ghost? I didn't grow a third leg, though.
Right.
That would make walking really difficult.
And I got my second vaccine on May 10th, the day after Mother's Day. So
that's awesome.
I should be fully vaccinated and ready to go by the end of the month.
There you go.
Outstanding. Yeah.
And you're getting your second shot any day now, right, Jenny?
Yep, I get mine on Wednesday at the same place you did, at the SNU.
Right, and then you're going to be going, soon, Matt?
On the 26th, yeah. I'll have to go back to Concord for mine at
just
the mall.
Just a couple of weeks after that.
All the way up to all the way up north.
The White Mountains of Concord, yes.
Yeah.
The nosebleed.
But there was hardly anybody there. It was really...
it's like nosebleed seats.
They waited, the 15 minutes, and they told me to, and I've been doing it, to drink a lot of water the rest of the day after you get your vaccine. I don't know if they told you that, Matt and Jenny?
I do that on a daily anyway because it's really good for you.
They didn't.
Well, you drink a lot of water anyways, Matt. I'm always seeing you drinking the water on the...
he drinks more caffeine than water.
I see you on 97.
I'll give him credit.
Drinking water.
I'll give him credit.
No, I do drink a lot of water during the show.
But why is that, Jenny, though? Why is it they tell you to drink water after the vaccine? Is there a reason?
Keeping your body hydrated just helps to keep you feeling more alert, more awake, better in every way, shape, and form. It's just really good for you. We're 80% water, so the more we need the water.
True.
Most
I've
people,
been dehydrated off and on over the years, and you're right. It's no fun.
It's a lot easier to just tell. It's a lot easier to tell people to drink water than it is to get into the logistics of it. But most people, and I bet most of the people listening, drink a lot of not so good for us beverages. We drink dark sodas.
Right. Peter White's getting his vaccine, the first one tomorrow at the Valley Street.
We went on to there's a woo.
Peter White's getting his vaccine tomorrow.
Yep.
Excellent.
Over the Walgreens on Valley Street. Yep.
I was going to impart some knowledge on him, but no.
At the Walgreens. Very good.
Valley Street. Yep.
Okay. Does he know which one he's getting? Do you know?
I don't know. I got the Pfizer one, but one thing I would not be doing, and I called out my friend today, Jim, on Facebook yesterday. Don't put your vaccine card on the Facebook.
Why?
Well, because they can steal your identity.
With your vaccine?
Not with your vaccine.
With your vaccine card? What's on your...
No, people are more...
They have your name, and they have your name, and the... what else is on there? Your name, and they have... your birthday, and they can steal your identity.
What if you want to post?
It's not a good idea for the listeners. Don't put your vaccine card on the Facebook.
If you want,
tip of the day.
I don't know.
If you want to post your card, cross out the lot number from the vaccine of what vaccine you got. Cross that out. Cross out the location so people don't know where you go if you don't want them to know that. For me, I haven't worried about location because half the state is going to SNU. So, you know what I mean? So I'm not worried about that. But I did on mine, I crossed out my date of birth and I crossed out what vaccine I got.
Right.
Just for my own protection. People are afraid of that information being gathered and then utilized with people. Like if they know all the people that got this lot or that lot, that's not really a great move for us. So just to keep yourself more private and protected.
Squirrel there. He's like jumping all over the place outside of my tree here.
And now we're squirreling. Squirrel. Squirrel.
Wow.
Squirrel.
Well, it's that time of year, Eazy-G.
Yeah, he's all excited. He's like Tim Baines, our local guy that owns the restaurant there, Elm Street House of Pizza. He's excited out there.
I bet
having a jolly old time.
I bet he's very excited for tomorrow.
Easy's so excited he's stumbling.
Actually, hang on. We have a call.
My name is Tim Baines. Today I'm excited.
Wow.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, very, very good.
There you go.
All right.
So, anyways, that's my good news of the day, and I'm sticking to it. So I'm gonna hang up and let other people call up the station. So, we all set for Friday for the next table because I got a very busy week. I got a doctor's appointment at 3:30 on Thursday, so obviously I won't be able to do that.
Squirrel.
All right. So it's gonna be Friday this week.
Yeah, 4:30. I
same
can't be
day,
in two
2
places
weeks
at
in a
once,
row?
as far as I know. So.
Are you not feeling
The
well?
good news is I'm getting a pain shot for my nerve problem, like having my rib that healed. And they said it's going to be painful for 24 hours, but after that, you should feel a lot better in a matter of 1 week. So I'm going to get 2 shots. I'm going to numb my stomach and give me. So this is a week of me getting shots.
Yes. All right. Well, good. All right. So Friday it is. We'll
right.
do
Have
that
a good
on Friday.
needling.
All right, you guys have a great show. I'll be listening.
All right, Eric. Thank you for the call. Bye-bye. All right, Eazy-G, Eric Agnon. So.
I am going to go back and finish one thing I started to say, only because it's a really cool thing to impart, and that is about the liquid stuff. So most people like to drink coffee and tea that have a lot of caffeine. Even if it's decaf, it still has a little bit of caffeine in there. Or sugary drinks, dark sodas. None of that stuff is good for you. And most importantly, none of it is considered hydration because all of those beverages that have caffeine in them and are actually diuretics. They cause your body to lose more water, not keep more water. If you want to hydrate, you want to have water. You want to have anything you can. Basically, if you can see through it, it's probably good for you. Well, non-caffeinated, not high sugars. These are the kind of things that help to bring your body the hydration you need. And a lot of people do walk around dehydrated and they don't realize it because you'll hear people say it. I hate water. They won't drink water, or they don't drink like Gatorade or anything like that. And all they drink is the sodas and the coffees and the tea. And they think, I drink stuff all day. Well, none of it was hydrating. All of it was hurting you, not helping you.
Now, see, I wouldn't need those drinks if there were a way. I mean, is there a way we can just get the caffeine into me, like mainline it somehow? Or
if that was possible, it would so be right now, because you ask any medical provider and they will tell you at some point in their career, they have said they needed a coffee IV. Mm-hmm. Or, that's just like a joke among just around medical people that, I need my coffee and IV.
Yeah. Like if there was a pill that I could take that would have like a gallon's worth of...
I have a novel idea for you, Maddie.
What?
You could eat more healthy foods, make better choices. Because I know when you're home, you eat all fresh foods and good stuff for you. But I know when you're out, which is 90% of the time, it's fast food, it's 7-Eleven pizza.
No, I don't do that. I haven't done that in a long time.
You've been staying away from that?
Yeah.
Well, what are you eating?
No, I try to get healthy things, like if I stop at a store, like
are you starting to change that?
Like those okay,
eating a little piece of cheese is not healthy.
Or those yogurt things.
The yogurts are good.
Yeah.
Yogurt is good, but you need more than that.
But I miss my salad bar. I used to get
I don't make a good salad.
No, but
I don't make you a really cool salad with all kinds of good stuff in it that you can't even get on a traditional salad bar, mind you.
I know, but I do miss being able to because I would get us salads at the Hannaford salad bar.
I don't want those anymore.
Well, I don't know if that's ever coming back. Anyway,
I don't know if I really want anything like that anymore.
Well, I don't know if we'll see that again.
I don't think I'm a fan of Buffet-styled anything anymore.
Well, that might not ever be coming back.
No, it's a cootie spot.
No,
thank you.
No.
When the plague is over, we can revisit that idea.
Well, that's what I mean.
I don't think it's going to end.
Oh, well,
not totally end. It'll get better, but it's going to be with us. We're going to be dealing with it like we deal with other ailments.
Yeah, absolutely.
In face facts here, buddy. There is no salad bar coming back for you.
I don't know.
And I don't get it. Still, what is the big deal of having the salad bar when you have such an awesome salad at home that has way more stuff in it, way more healthy? I mean, you don't get no kiwi in no salad bar salad. I put kiwi in salad.
The thing about the salad bar at Hannaford, though, because, I would go to the self-checkout with the salad bar, and for some reason I found that if I hold the Like if I hold the container
God,
really tightly, it would be cheaper or something. It's strange. I don't know why. I mean, but I would always hold that container really tight because, if the door to the
exit door,
the door to the supermarket opens and there's
full of it.
There's a big gust of wind.
You're full of it.
I don't want my salad to end up all over the floor.
And if anybody believes that,
the wind blows the salad.
Give us a call.
Well, look, hey, if other people have time to be picking up their salad off the floor when the gust of wind blows it, that's good for them. I don't have time for that.
Full of it.
So I would hold
the
container really tightly so that wouldn't happen.
The one thing I don't put in our salads, because it's not really the best thing in the world to have anyway, is corn. That silly corn that you used to like. Because
I used to love the corn.
Yeah, but it goes in, it comes right out. I mean, it's not really doing you much.
Good for you?
Corn? Not the best, no.
It's not. Is it actually bad for you?
I wouldn't say it's bad for you. It's
well,
just
what's
not
the problem?
one of the better choices.
I used to love the corn that they would use at
Hannaford. You just
Hannaford.
poop it out. You don't really get anything out of it.
That's fine.
If you look at your poop, there's probably little pieces of corn in there.
Oh, I don't want to think about that. That's disgusting. Well, the phone line is open. Give us a call, 603-250-6007, 603-250-6007. You can also text us at 617-917-4476. Tweet me at Matt Connarton or send an email to matt@mattconnerton.com. And, of course, you can interact and opine in the Facebook live chat, but the best thing to do is give us a call at 603-250-6007. We'll say hello to everybody in the Facebook chat room. Brian Mackey looks like the first one in, says, my second shot is tomorrow.
Cool.
So that's
very
good.
Cool.
Excellent. Bobby Champagne says, it took me 2.5 hours at SNHU to get my first shot on Friday. The military were precise as expected. We just were a lot of people. Wow.
They did have some massive vaccinations over the weekend.
Yeah.
There might have been an abundance of people, sure.
Yeah. Wow.
I don't like to hear that, but it's certainly not the worst thing in the world, that's for sure.
Yeah.
My buddy in the Netherlands keeps telling me that he's hoping to have one by 2022, maybe in the summer.
Really? That far?
He has no hope that they're going to get it anytime soon. They're not doing mass inoculation. They don't have the vaccine access that we do.
Yeah.
We as Americans are lucky because we have vaccine made here.
Yeah.
They don't. So they're dependent upon other people shipping it in.
Yeah.
And no state, no country is going to ship anything to anybody, for the most part, until their own is taken care of.
Right, of course.
Which we're already gearing up for.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, even in the United States, it's not even a matter of supply at this point. It's just a matter of being able to vaccinate people.
There's only so many vaccinators. There's only so many needles that can get into an arm a day.
Yeah.
And you're not going to mass train people to give that. You want a medical person to do it.
Yeah.
Just to play it safe anyway. But we're looking at really good. This state is the best state in the country. Hands down, no lie. And who knows how we compare to the rest of the world, with the exception of maybe Israel. We've done phenomenal. Yeah,
we're number one in the country for getting the vaccines out.
I'll keep saying it till I'm blue in the face. It's because of all the training here. New Hampshire, hands down, has some of the best EMS and training that they do. I mean, I think it's wonderful. Our governor and our EMS and fire and our National Guard have literally saved the day. Not only saved the day, they've set a standard.
Alex Whiteley, our friend from the UK, says 12th of April, non-essential shops, barbers, beer gardens, and outdoor cafe seating is open again in the UK. Yay.
I'm sorry for your loss. I know that Prince Philip was very important to people in the UK. Really long, amazing service to country.
Yeah.
Just an amazingly long career. I mean, it's not like he ever retired, really, until maybe I think it was last year.
A few years ago,
it was just, but the vast majority of his life, only a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
He was in constant service.
Rob Dion is a top fan in the Facebook live chat. Rob, of course, part of the WMNH family, host of Through the Stage Door and the entertainment reporter Thursday mornings on The Morning Show with Peter White. And Rob said, thank God I didn't miss Easy's call. That's right.
Well, when you show up on time, that's what happens.
Scott Robinson says, referring to Philip Seymour Hoffman, he was an underrated generational actor. Almost Famous was a small role, but he was great. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, that was terrible when he passed away. Young, too. Very young. Mike Pelopita joins us in the chat room. Mike is a top fan, a big supporter of all the shows here at WMNH, of course, from Queen City Cabinetry in the historic Sunbeam Mall. Let's see. Scott was asking, what's the update on WrestleMania? Yeah, Eazy-G didn't talk about WrestleMania. The only match I really want to see.
Night?
That was last. Well, it was 2 nights again this year. The only match I really want to see is Randy Orton versus The Fiend.
I have to see that.
Yes.
And anything related to The Fiend.
Yeah.
I have to see.
Let's see. Just want to make sure we don't miss anybody here. Melanie La Liberty is in the chat. She says, fingers crossed, Jenny gets the tail she wants.
Yes.
And
I want it, Rainbow.
From the vaccine, yes. Angela Philbrook joins us. She says, had a nice adventure with Eric Gagnon today. Oh, Angela, that's who brought Eric to get his vaccine. Very good. Thank you for doing that, Angela. Good. Yes. Rob says, Easy is such a good listener. I think he's being sarcastic. So interactive, yes.
I know, right?
Yes. He is doing better lately, though, with that.
What?
No, overall, he is doing better.
Overall, that was sort of, but...
Better than he has been in the past.
He asked me a question, I go to answer it, and then he's onto a squirrel.
Right.
How does this work?
Well,
this
in fairness, though, it sounded like the squirrel was running all about the tree.
Okay, but the squirrel was only one of the many times that he flipped topic in the middle of the answer.
Yeah. But, could be worse. It has been worse in the past. Abigail Jem joins us in the chat room. Hello. Let's see. Make sure we don't miss anybody in here.
Breaking news, and I'm sorry to say this. Unfortunately, there has been another shooting, multiple victims at a Tennessee high school, and a police officer has also been injured. Thoughts with everybody that's out there.
Yeah.
It's all over the place right now. I didn't want to just ignore.
Yeah, Mike Pelopita just said that in the chat room, too. School shooting in Tennessee just popped up.
Yeah, at a high school.
Oh, jeez.
At a high school in Knoxville.
Yeah.
But there's not a lot of information on injuries or anything just yet.
Yeah.
Just what is going on in this world? What in the last 24 hours? What have we been talking about?
Yeah.
Too much death.
Yeah, absolutely. Dan Lavasser joins us in the chat room. Dan's a top fan. He says IPA is good for hydration.
No, it is not. But I do hear that the Hop Knot has some really great IPAs.
Yes. Let's see. Scott Robinson points out pizza is healthy, whole grains, cheese, meat, veggies. I guess
there is some truth to that.
If you put veggies on it. Yeah.
I like veggies on pizza.
Me too.
But my all-time favorite, you know what it is? Pepperoni and pineapple. Oh, yeah.
Ugh.
Tang and sweet together. It's awesome.
Hi, welcome to Matt Connarton Unleashed. Who's this?
Hey, it's Eazy-G calling back.
Yes.
There was a post on my Facebook page that people were worried about Amanda McCarthy and a gang of people down there, but everybody is safe.
Wait, I'm sorry. People are worried because Amanda McCarthy's in a gang now?
I'm sorry, the people that she brought down there, and her brother lives down there now, but apparently everybody
so she
is
made
safe.
a gang down there.
And so everybody was wondering what's going on because I don't think anybody knows what's going on lately with all these shootings going on. I don't think there's any answer anywhere. But
so Amanda McCarthy's brother is in a gang?
No. He created the gang, and they went down there.
Oh,
no, I meant to say her friends and family that live down there with her.
Oh, Amanda,
the gang.
Amanda's friends and family are in a gang.
That's the gang.
I got you.
Her boyfriend Tom, and her
Tom's
daughter,
in a gang,
and her brother lives down there. Her mother lives down there.
Brothers in the gang.
Are they associated with
Baby's father lives down there.
Like,
even got Daddy on board.
When she moved down
My
there.
goodness.
Is it?
Her brother Mark McCarthy lives down there. So.
Is it a street gang or is it more like an organized crime syndicate?
Ristraff. Riffraff.
No, it's not really a gang. It's just
They're going to
a
send
bunch
them
of
back,
people
you
that
know.
she brought down there.
They're gonna be
Right.
mad at us. They're going to be mad at New Hampshire.
Is it like a
But
Bloods versus Crips?
I have no answers for all this violence. The only thing I can think of is people were stuck inside their homes for a year because of COVID. Now they're getting out there and just doing, I don't know, doing some things they
Now
shouldn't
that
be
I can
doing.
go back into the world, I want to die. No, I don't think that's a good thing. No, no.
So I have no answer.
Honestly, Easy, I don't think there is an answer.
I hope it doesn't. One quick thing. I don't know if you happen to see that Donald Trump was blaming his vice president and the guy in charge of the Senate there. They didn't do their job they did their job by counting the votes, but they should have did it. I don't know if you heard that. He won a 45-minute tirade at some kind of convention.
Yeah, he had a
He's still
fundraiser.
complaining that the election
rolled
was
a bus
stolen.
over
Mike
Pence's
Pence
head.
didn't do his job, but he did
How
do
does
his
that
job.
work on the
He
ticket?
counted the votes.
Well, I mean, Donald Trump, he's apparently he's the future of the Republican Party. Yeah, good for them.
God.
Good luck with that.
But it's crazy, though. He's still complaining that he thinks the election was stolen.
I know.
Mike Pence had no other choice. He had to count the votes.
He
had
can't
to
stop
do it.
whining about himself for nothing. He even goes to a wedding and whines. I mean,
Yeah.
he's so full
But
of
this is
himself,
crazy.
he
That
can't see
everybody's
anything.
giving a hard time. The critics on the radio, they're saying 45 minutes. He went on and on and
How
on.
is that
and on.
attractive to voters? I will never understand.
It's a cult.
That's true.
I mean, it really is as simple as that.
That's true. In fact,
it's
at
a
the
cult.
Huntington Beach in California protests over the weekend, there was a guy who had a Trump flag on a pole, another one with the poles, which of course did end up
Yeah.
over somebody's head.
Yeah.
And then he had this T-shirt on about Jesus and Trump
Yeah.
on the same T-shirt.
Well, yeah, he is a messiah to them.
Oh yeah, of course.
He
You know
really
what Matt's
is.
saying over the years Donald Trump was the holiest president we ever had.
The godliest president in American history.
I don't think
yes.
Even godlier than the
he even
Pope.
knows who the Lord is. I think he's an atheist.
The Lord
Which
is.
is fine. He can do what he wants, but I think he's an atheist.
Well,
There's nothing
Trump,
wrong with being an atheist.
Trump is on
Oh, I
record.
wasn't saying that, but he was trying to tell people that he's religious. But
Yeah.
I don't think he ever is religious. The only
You mean
person
in
that he thinks is awesome is himself.
2 Corinthians?
Trump is on record saying that he's never actually asked Christ for forgiveness. He just didn't think it was important, which, according to Christians, is kind of like a big part of the deal. You have to ask for forgiveness, but
Well, maybe-
evangelical Christians don't actually care about
they
any of
really
Maybe
have
you
to
gotta
call
look
today.
in
While I
2
was wondering how
Corinthians and see what he was reading.
Protest went at the post office. So give us
That's
a
what I
ring,
forgot about.
Dave Ridley.
That's what I forgot about.
Oh, yeah.
The Dave Ridley post office.
All right, I'll let you guys go. Bye-bye.
All right, Eric. Bye-bye.
He's eating too much sugar today.
Who, Eazy-G?
Yes.
He's
He's
excited.
on hyper speed.
He's excited. He saw a squirrel.
Apparently. I
Right.
love you, Izzy.
Yes, absolutely.
God.
Absolutely.
I don't know how he keeps track of one thought to the next.
Scott Robinson said, went to a hipster market here once, and I asked if they had it, and informed me that it had. Oh, I wonder what. I'm not sure what he's referring to. Is it the iceberg? Oh, iceberg lettuce, maybe.
Huh?
And I asked if it had any nutritional value,
Iceberg lettuce? No.
and he said no. Thanks for the info. I never get.
That's actually true. No, that's very true. Iceberg lettuce has absolutely no nutritional value whatsoever.
I never bother to
It's
get
a
any
filler.
in the salad.
It helps fill you up. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, and a lot of European salads don't even have like lettuce in it. It's more of the good stuff.
Yeah.
so to speak.
Yeah.
When I make us salads, I use spinach, baby spinach, and like some leafy greens.
Yeah.
You get something out of it.
Rocky Huber joins us in the chat. He says, speaking of dance, maybe Christian Lacoste should have a dance-off instead of a boxing match. Canadians can't dance. Rocky's a top fan, by the way, and that's not a stereotype I was aware of. I didn't know Canadians can't dance.
I didn't know that.
That's
I did not know
well,
that.
we should spread that.
We must.
It's good to spread new stereotypes.
Of course, stereotypes are the only way you're going to know a person.
That's right.
You can't actually like expect to watch them and like get to know them or something ridiculous like that.
Rob Dion says, after Newtown, I sadly realized that there is no straw that is going to break the camel's back in this issue. I think you're right. Nothing's going to change. I think you're right about that, Rob.
Some aspects of it aren't going to change anything.
Well, there is
you
only
can't
so much
legislate
you can
somebody
do.
out of being crazy, out of deciding to kill somebody or hurt somebody. I mean, look at the guy who killed the Capitol officer. He used his car as a deadly weapon.
Yeah.
He literally drove in them and pinned them between the barriers.
Rob Dion says, can we not waste time talking about the losing candidate? I assume you're referring to Trump. Well, look, like I said, I mean, Trump, he was a losing candidate. He lost the presidency, and you could say he lost the House and the Senate for the Republicans, but clearly he is very much the future of the Republican Party. I'm not even saying that jokingly. I mean, if he as long as he stays out of jail, he's probably going to be the Republican nominee in 2024.
I want to see what happens. What happens. And what happens to Pence then? Because he just threw Pence under the bus. Does he forgive him again and bring him back? And Pence will just be like, "Okay, mother."
Oh, Pence's political career is over. There's no coming back for Pence.
If I was him, I would become an expat.
Yeah, he'll never.
I'm going someplace nice.
Republicans will never forgive him for not doing what he legally could not do, which is to just decide to change.
Same people that
just decide to make Trump the winner
Constitution,
in the election.
Follow the Constitution until we don't like the results.
Yeah.
Then cheat.
Yeah.
Seriously, somebody explain that one to me.
It's a cult. That's all that matters.
Oh,
that's it. Trump matters more than anything else. More than the Constitution.
He's the gift that keeps on giving.
More than God. More than anything.
I don't get that.
Trump is the most important thing. That's how a cult works.
There's pictures of him with some of the sleaziest people that ever walked on this earth.
Yeah.
That's what you're holding up to your Jesus. All righty.
I
don't get it. I do. Get it.
Because
I don't get it. He's been married and divorced 3 times over. He's got 3 different baby mamas. He's, he totally balked on serving his country.
Yep.
Yeah. He owned a thing that made all of its money off of scantily clad young girls. This is your hold up to Jesus, dude. Really?
Evangelical Christians for generations, for decades, were conditioned to believe they're used to turning on their televisions on Sunday morning and looking at a con man in a $20,000 suit telling them, yes, I'm sleazy. Anyone with any cognitive abilities and critical thinking skills could figure that out. But send me your money and follow me, and you will get to heaven, even though I'm probably the least Christ-like person ever to appear on your television. And evangelical Christians see that and they go, okay, we'll follow you. And then they do. And that's why Trump is so successful with them. They've been conditioned to believe in a guy like Trump.
But wait, there's more. You won't go straight to heaven. You're going to be here for the rapture leftovers. That's right, folks. Don't forget to get your food buckets.
Yeah.
Food buckets. Buy your food buckets because, you ain't getting straight to heaven. You're not literally think about that. Here, I'm teaching you how to go to heaven. Do all these things that I tell you to do, but you're probably not going to make it anyway. So here you need this food bucket to survive when the rest of us leave.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm leaving with the millions. You're here, dude. You're just you.
Bobby says Trump never calls this show, yet we talk about him all the time. Well, Trump's not going away. I mean, like I said, I'm not kidding when I say it. Trump is the future of the Republican Party. I mean, they had
that's the hill they chose to die on.
They had a gold statue of him at CPAC to worship at.
They literally had a gold statue. You're not even making that up. I saw the pictures of it.
Oh yeah,
real deal.
Oh,
real deal. And they all bowed their heads to pray around it. I'm not even kidding. Because there's always a prayer at the beginning of a Republican benefit or anything.
Of course.
But seriously, they all drop their heads to pray to God, Almighty God, as they walk by their gold statue of Trump on the way in. Thou shalt not make, what was that, idols?
Oh, false idol. Yeah, idolatry is supposed to be a sin.
Wasn't that supposed to be one of the big sins, though? You die automatically on that one. You're one-way ticket to hell. Isn't it?
Well, yeah. I mean, idolatry, lying, adultery. These are all
coveting
sins,
your neighbor's wife.
But at the end of the day,
that little thing,
these people don't actually care about any of that. If you're rich, if you come off kind of racist, then they'll get behind you. They don't care. That's the thing. Most people practice what I call ironic Christianity, which is where you go through the motions of oh, I love Jesus and I go to church and all this. You go through the motions of it while actively having as little to do as possible with anything Jesus actually said or tried to or tried to get others to do or believe in. That's why
Here, hold my beer. I got to pray.
I call it ironic Christianity. It's like, yes, we all love Jesus. Ironically, though, they treat Jesus like he's the drunk relative at Thanksgiving who don't pay any attention to him. We love him, but don't listen to anything he says.
Listen.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Did he say something about caring about poor people and
thou shall not get divorced?
Something about he among you who has not sinned may cast the first. Yeah. Don't pay any attention to that. He got into the wine again.
Don't lie about your neighbors.
Just ignore him. Yeah. It's so silly.
Seriously.
Like, why not just, if you're going to ignore him, wouldn't it just be easier to be an atheist? Like, why the dog and pony show? Why
just be truth.
Why put so much energy into convincing people that you believe in a guy that you don't actually care about?
Well, now you're actually suggesting authenticity.
It's baffling to me. Like, what? I don't know what the point is. Someone explain to me the point of Christianity.
I don't know. I can't help you there. I cannot help you there. No, I'm not one of.
It just seems like a lot of work to go through for something these people don't actually believe in.
Yeah, but you don't understand how much that affects you. I literally believed that anything I thought about was heard by the invisible man. So even if I didn't do it, if I thought about doing it, it was as if I did do it. So I needed to drop to my knees and ask for forgiveness real quick so I wouldn't get smited.
Yeah.
I really believed that my thoughts could be heard. I know it sounds crazy. I really did truly believe.
Yeah.
I was lock, stock, and battle involved in it.
Yeah.
It took a lot to break that. It's not an easy thing to let go of.
Bobby Champagne said, we may all love Jesus, but I don't think he loves all of us, LOL. Well, who could blame him for,
He's like, look at I got on the cross for this?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah. I mean, it's just,
I saw a meme like that earlier. It showed Kaepernick and them kneeling down, and it said, if this is how did they word it? If this is mistreatment of our troops, what do you call this? And the next shot is the picture of the cop who pepper sprayed the was the Army lieutenant.
Yeah.
Army second lieutenant, I think he was.
Yeah.
Over the weekend.
Yeah.
It's like, is that really? Because that's what it is. I mean, they're all airs and up front, but behind the doors, forget it.
Well, that's what Jesus would do, right? He'd pull out that pepper spray, right?
After he went through 3 pockets to find it and then stood there shaking it up because, this person's really going to be afraid of shaking it up. And then he'd spray it. Then he'd shake it a little more and then he'd spray it. Then he'd shake it a little bit more. And then what a putz. What a disgusting excuse for a cop.
Well, he's like that cop is like a caricature of the bored, insecure hillbilly cop. You know what I mean?
With the young sidekick he's training.
Like he actually said, what did he say? You're fixing to ride the lightning, son. Like that's right out of a movie. Like he's literally like a caricature of the dumb hillbilly, insecure, gotta show who's in charge cop.
Oh, but this is the same cop that when the man was there going, I'm afraid to get out. And the cop looks at him and goes, you should be.
Yeah.
You should be. You should be afraid because what? I'm going to kill you? Seriously? That's a cop.
Yeah.
Oh, I bet I would like to think that the majority of police officers right now are losing their heads at what this person did. There's nothing about that video that's okay. Not one aspect of that video is okay.
Well, I mean,
so what was happening before we had cameras?
It's bad enough that some police are not, and some police are trained in de-escalation, obviously, and kudos to police who actually try to de-escalate a situation, but I mean, it's bad enough to not attempt to de-escalate, but that guy was intentionally escalating with his words by threatening the guy.
And it wasn't even a legal stop. It wasn't even a legal stop.
Well,
it wasn't a legal stop. He was pulling him over for not having a license plate because the dummy didn't see the license plate taped into the back window of a brand new vehicle, which is so common.
Well, in fairness, so I will say,
so even when they pulled into the light, he had no legitimate reason to initiate the stop.
I will say this: if they, because it was dark, if they just didn't see the temporary,
that's not an excuse.
If they just didn't see the temporary plate in the window, so they pulled him over for that reason, fine. But then when you see the plate, you approach the vehicle, say, hey, you do what you do. We pulled, explain
but that's
why.
not what they did.
Explain why you pulled him over and whatnot. You don't approach the window and pull out your guns and say.
They didn't even do that, though. They didn't even go to the window. They pulled their guns immediately and started screaming at him.
Right. They escalated immediately.
And the black man was very concerned and very worried that if he moved his hand to undo his buckle from his seatbelt, that they would take that as a wrong movement for a gun and shoot him. He had every right to be terrified of that.
Yeah.
Every single right. I'll tell you what, I'm done. I'm done with this stuff. There are a lot of good cops in this world, but there are obviously still too many bad ones, and we need to weed them out. And we're not going to get anywhere with police reform until we start doing it at the federal level. I am going to say that. The person who used to think differently, but I'm sorry. Right now, we leave it up not just to each individual state, but the individual municipalities. They all have different rules. They all have different regulations. I watched a cop in Florida tell somebody that there was no state that it was legal to carry a firearm without a permit. Well, that's so far not true. Anybody here in New Hampshire knows that's legal here as well. And Vermont has always been legal. It's just, but they don't know. They don't keep up with the laws the correct way. So if we had a federal standard, this is how you're required to do de-escalation. The ways and the hows and the whys that you're allowed to pull out your gun or a taser. And what do we need to do to train that so we never have another cop pull a taser and think they're pulling a taser and shoot somebody with their gun? Because that happened over the weekend too.
Yeah.
So the bottom line is we need a federal standard that said this is the bare minimum of what you have to have. If you want to make rules and regulations that go beyond that in your municipality, that you can do. But you cannot go beyond. You can't go lower than this standard. These are the standards that we're going to put in place. And one of the things we seriously need to change is that hands-on needs to be the last resort, not the first resort. Has to be the last resort. They didn't even make an attempt to even speak to this dude that they pulled over. They pulled their guns and were ready to shoot.
Yeah.
And the young guy was learning from the older guy, and he wasn't learning good things. He listened to his partner threaten to kill the guy. You should be. You should be afraid. You should be. That's threatening to shoot.
Yeah.
That's threatening to kill him.
Yeah.
He literally just sat there and said, you should be afraid because when you come out of that car, what do you think's going to happen? And then icing on the cake, for no good reason, they push him down into the ground, face in the dirt. They had him. He was right there. He was pepper sprayed. He couldn't open his eyes. There's no reason why they couldn't put hands behind the back and put cuffs on him right there and then. There was no reason to force him down to the ground, but to humiliate him, but to treat him poorly, but to show him that you are boss.
Yeah.
We need a federal standard that the police have to follow because leaving it up to the states is causing too much death.
By the way, Rocky Huber clarifying what he said earlier, Canadians probably can dance. I'm just trying to help my friend Christian Lacoste out. All right. Well, that totally undoes our new stereotype. I was going to help, try to push that. I'm very prejudiced against Canadian. I'm kidding. I don't want Chris James. We love Chris James, even though he's upset with me, apparently. But,
wow.
Yeah. Let's see. I just want to make sure. Hello, Eric Fisher. I think that's a new name in the chat room. He made a comment that I don't know if is intended to be sarcastic or not. But hello, Eric. Welcome to the program.
I lost track. I got lost in the chat room.
Rocky Huber says, I'd like to know how Trump's spiritual advisor feels about all this. Oh, which one? I mean, I can think of one.
Oh, God. Here we go.
I can think of one particular.
Can we put this in mothballs?
Let me see if I can find it. One of Trump's spiritual advisors did make a comment on this very issue over the weekend. Let me see if I can find what she
Was
had.
it the Archangel Michael?
Let me see.
Or are you thinking more like humanistic?
No, like an actual human said. Oh, yes. Paula White, who, of course, is Trump's one of Trump's spiritual advisors.
Is insane.
Married to Jonathan Cain of Journey.
Is she the Basta woman or is she the Tom? Yeah, there we go.
Yes, Paula White weighing in.
Yes, speaking in tongues.
Well, the Spirit moves her, to say these things. So Texas Mike got his first vaccine. Excellent.
Congratulations, Mikey.
Just want to make sure we don't miss anybody in here, and then we will take a break.
Somebody said the kiwis are devils.
Oh. I like kiwi in the salad.
I like kiwis, period. In salad and just eating them.
Yes. Oh, Rocky Uber points out that's why he picked Pence. That's why Trump picked Pence as his vice president. It helped him get the religious vote. Oh, definitely. I think there's something to that. I think that's
kidding?
A big part of why.
He couldn't have picked a more godly candidate.
Yes. Pence is very godly.
He doesn't even change his socks without mother saying so.
Oh, my goodness. Well. Rob Dion says if he gets another term, referring to Trump, democracy is dead. Rocky Uber points out Jesus was killed by the police of his time. I've pointed that out when talking to conservative Christians about the death penalty, because a lot of conservative Christians love the death penalty, and it's like, well, Jesus was executed by the state.
There you go.
So
it's true.
Christian Lacoste is in the chat. He was asking if we saw the body cam footage. I'm not sure which.
I saw all of the footage. If you're talking about the body cam footage for the, remember they released a second view on the gentleman, the Army lieutenant who was assaulted.
Mm-hmm.
That cop has been fired.
Yeah.
They better bring him up on charges, because what he did was illegal.
Scott Robinson says, Jenny, it still boggles my mind that you used to be a Republican.
I know, right? There's proof.
But you were never conservative, really,
I was
right?
always
you were
fiscally conservative and socially was more liberal. Absolutely, yeah.
Like you always, like you were one of the Republicans, for example, who voted in favor of gay marriage.
Not the first time.
New Hampshire.
In the first time, I did vote against it, because at that time, I thought that redefining God's word, I did have a little bit of an issue going there. Wasn't against gay marriage. I just didn't want the redefinition at the time. I wanted government out of all marriages. I wanted people to be able to contract with each other. We had a bill in to do everybody gets the same thing, so there'd be no more changes.
Yeah.
It was 2 years later than that, when we had a supermajority, that all of a sudden the Republican Party decided they wanted to take away the rights that had been imparted. They wanted to take away gay marriage. They wanted to literally destroy all of it. It wouldn't have just been marriage destroyed. It would have been trying to adopt kids. It was all kinds of stuff. And yes, I not only voted against that, but actually spoke out.
Yeah.
And I was targeted and I got hits, but I'm okay with that. I would do it again any day of the week. It was the right thing to do. I ended up actually going so far in that I was in D.C. working on a national consortium on gay marriage and in trying to keep us away from the Defenseless Marriage Act.
Well, I remember having a conversation with John Heichel about it once, former Republican state rep, and he told me that, and I think you had influenced him, but I remember him telling me that this was a long time ago. This was on a show that he and I were on together, not this show, but a different show where we had a conversation. Oh no, actually, it was this show. It was when I used to do an online version of this show at Glenn's old studio up the street. But what John explained to me is the way he looked at it was, he said originally he voted against gay marriage. And again, for anyone who's confused, this is before the Supreme Court ruling.
Yeah.
So we were one of the states that had legalized gay marriage ahead of that, marriage equality. But John explained to me that he initially voted against it because, as a Catholic, his faith informed him that marriage was to be between one man and one woman. So he didn't support it initially. But he said then when it came up for repeal, after giving it a lot of thought and people he talked to, and without knowing it, I think at the time, you were one of the people who had talked to him about it. He came to the conclusion that, so he voted against repealing it because he came to the conclusion that regardless of what his faith, what he believed because of his faith, that to grant rights to someone only to take those rights away 2 years later, for the government to then take those rights away 2 years later, he felt that was completely inappropriate to do. And
there was a lot of Republicans that voted with us on that because of that very thing.
Yeah.
Because what are we going to do? That we're going to set a precedent that government can giveth and taketh away.
Right.
And, that's not okay.
Right.
And that's not representative government.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, there were a lot of Republicans who couldn't see that. One of them threw his briefcase at the back of my chair. He was wicked mad at me at one of these particular votes.
Well, I know.
I don't remember which one that one was.
I know Al Baldessero was very proud to, quote, lead the charge, as he put it, on repealing gay marriage. It's like, dude.
Yeah, no, there's no saving that one.
I like Al personally, but my God,
not so much anymore.
His politics are pretty repulsive to me.
At this point, he's gotten so far down that rabbit hole. He's responsible for death in my in my feeling. Absolutely, he's been on the wrong side too many times. I used to think he was a great guy. I really did, and we got along on a lot of different issues. And even when we disagreed on issues, he would be halfway decent with me. But this person that he is today, that Trump turned him into, couldn't tell you.
Miriam Banish, who is a top fan, is in the chat. She says, hello, I've been listening in the car. Lots of errands after work. So Eric Fisher clarifies his earlier comment. He says, not sarcastic. A few weeks back, scrolling the dial, I heard this woman losing her mind on this caller. Never been on that station. And here is Don't Call Me Jenny losing her S on Ridley. So apparently your previous interaction with Dave Ridley left an impression on Eric Fisher. All right.
What a putz that guy is. Not Eric Fisher. Ridley. Just once, I'd like him to actually call in and be like, oh, I heard you saying X. I want to offer this. Like, interacting.
Let's see.
He has a one-track mind.
We do need to take a break, but I just want to make sure there's nobody in the chat room. We miss a very, very busy chat room today, which is a good thing. All right, so we will take a break. I'm going to play, this song's been stuck in my head all weekend. So, we lost DMX last week, so I'm going to play the clean radio edit, of course, of Party Up, my personal favorite DMX track, and then we'll play some commercial spots and show some love to our sponsors, and we will be back with hour number 2 of Matt Connarton Unleashed coming up. Don't go away. Welcome back, everybody. It's hour number 2, numero dos of Matt Connarton Unleashed, and we are live on WMNH 95.3 FM, and I just tried messaging Mike Pelopita.
I sent him a message, too.
Oh, did you?
I told him to pull it.
No, the door locks at 5 p.m.
Oh.
Yeah, so I just messaged him the code.
Oh, that's good.
To get into the building, but it doesn't look like he has seen it yet. So I don't know. Hopefully he sees that. The door to the building locks at 5 p.m. So you need the code to get in. So
I forgot.
Mike, if you're still listening, check your Facebook message. I just sent you the code to enter the building, and that'll get you in. But so we are live, of course, WMNH 95.3 FM. And also on Comcast 97 if you're in Manchester, streaming at WMNHradio.org. Oh, he's in. Good. Okay. Awesome. Of course, also MattConnarton.com for all your streaming needs and your social media links and all of that. Jenny is here as well at the news desk.
Yeah.
Oh, there he is. He's leaving it outside. Awesome.
Aha.
All right.
Hey.
Very good. Very good.
Visitor on the other side of the door.
Yes, yes. Mike, of course, from one of our wonderful sponsors here at WMNH, Queen City Cabinetry. You can bring your kitchen to life at Queen City Cabinetry in the historic Sunbeam Mall. So Mike's a great guy and a big supporter of WMNH and all the shows here. So we really appreciate that. We always see him in the Facebook live chat. Also, of course, we are sponsored by the Hop Knot. Don't go there today. Monday and Tuesday is their weekend. But they are right across the street at 1000 Elm Street, and they'll be open Wednesday through Sunday. They have delicious gourmet pretzels. They have an assortment of craft beer. They have wine. They have trivia night Thursday nights now.
Yep.
They have Sunday
live
brunch.
Music on Friday nights.
Yep. Our friend Grant Lampton, typically there on Fridays. I'd like to go see him, but I can't because Friday nights I'm here for Retro Spectrum Radio. Not that I mind. I always look forward to that. Retro Spectrum Radio with Paulie C. There's a replay of that tonight, I believe, at 7 p.m.
And the Hop Knot does have the terrace set up, so you can sit outside.
Yes.
When they open on Wednesday.
Yes, it is.
Hopefully it'd be nice enough for that. I actually got sun over the weekend. I was outside on the porch like all day long that I ended up getting a little bit of color.
Yes.
I was surprised by that. I've never had color in April.
Yeah.
Not here anyway.
Absolutely. Let's see. Let me give the numbers. 603-250-6007 if you'd like to call us. 603-250-6007.
Somebody's getting some hate.
Oh.
Or some dislike.
Oh. You can also text us at 617-917-4476. Tweet me at Matt Connarton or send an email to matt@mattconnerton.com. And, of course, you can always interact and opine in the Facebook live chat. Someone's getting some hate in the chat room?
Yeah.
Yes.
Seems the new guy there's mixing it up.
I love a good
chat room.
love a good Facebook live chat fight.
And he's definitely not a fan of I.
Oh my goodness.
No.
Well.
He believes that I sound like a screech owl.
Perhaps perhaps it's constructive criticism.
Hey, it's all good. Just spell my name right, dude.
Right, yes. Well, I have when it comes to the show, I have a saying, and I came up with a variation of it that I think I like better. So I've always said, because, sometimes people who don't like you or don't agree with you will listen to a show like this. And that can be a good thing. Sometimes people hate listen. Howard Stern proved that can be a good thing. But so I've always said, when it comes to the show, I'd rather be loved than hated, but I'd rather be hated than ignored. Right. So you can hate me or hate the show or whatever. Just keep listening. Right. So I came up with a variation of that I think I might like a little. I think I might like it a little bit better. I think it's a little more. It flows a little better. Let me make sure I can
spit it
out correctly on the first time. I'd rather take the love than the hate, but I'd rather take the hate than take nothing at all. What do you think?
No,
you don't like that?
No, I don't like that. No, because sometimes nothing at all is the better choice.
But I'm talking about in terms of the show. I'd rather have people listen and hate me than listen and be indifferent. Because if they hate me, they're more likely to keep listening than if they're indifferent to me. If they're indifferent to me, they're not going to stick around. But if they hate me, because people love to hate you,
I don't think it flows all that great.
You can hate to love me or love to hate me. I'm
not on board with this.
Let me try it one more time. Maybe I just need to pare it down a little bit. I'd rather take the love than the hate, but I'd rather take the hate than take nothing. I pared it down a little. I eliminated a couple of words.
That's a little better.
Yeah,
that's
shorter,
it flows
right?
a little bit better.
Right.
My editor would like that.
Oh, Michael Albert put it well. He said, rather be hated than be boring. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, there's that, definitely.
Yes. Rocky Huber said, maybe you can have virtual Matt sit in on Friday so you can go to the Hop Knot, LOL.
I can go to the Hop Knot.
Well, you can,
Doesn't bother me if he can't.
But I could be,
go.
Maybe virtual Matt could be on Retro Spectrum Radio, and then I'd be free to go to the Hop Knot.
No.
I look forward to Retro Spectrum Radio with Paulie C, though.
I really do.
Yes.
It's become like a habit now that I'm either out with my best friend and we watch together, or I paint while you guys are playing. It's nice.
I wonder if one of the building cleaner people let Mike in, or maybe...
well, Why are you still stuck on whether Mike got in?
No, I'm just curious how he got in, or maybe the people's mayor was outside.
Maybe, or maybe he saw your message.
We ran into Glenn earlier. Glenn
You ran into Glenn. What is this wee thing?
That's true.
You're running around with something in your pocket.
Yes, a mouse in my pocket.
Apparently.
No, I was out in the hallway, and I ran into Glenn, the people's mayor. Mike Pelopita says it's the best part of Friday night, Retro Spectrum Radio. Thank you.
Yeah, it is. I really love it, too.
We have a good time. I did mention earlier about, so there was I know who let him in. I see Joe's out in the hallway. I bet Joe let him in. There was a story over the weekend about the South African variant and this, I shared it out to the Unleashed page. Oh, he saw the message that I sent him with the door code.
I told you that.
For some reason on my, on my phone, it doesn't show that the message was read. You know how you can usually tell if a message...
Sometimes it doesn't do that, though.
No, it's Facebook. Facebook is weird and glitchy, especially the app.
That's weird.
Probably eventually it'll show as read, but
just
it's
you, Maddie.
Yeah. Oh, no.
Oh, yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's the Facebook.
No, I think it's you.
But there was this story last night, and I shared it out about... In Israel, they did this study where they figured out that
very small study.
A very small sample size, but they determined that the South Africa variant actually breaks through the Pfizer vaccine, which was discouraging. So, I shared that out, and then I saw this today. This is from thehill.com. So Dr. Fauci weighing in on it. He said, Fauci says some breakthrough infections after vaccines are inevitable. So, which we knew, but so it goes on. Here's the story. It says, it is inevitable that some people who have been fully vaccinated against COVID-19 will still get a breakthrough infection, Anthony Fauci said today, because no vaccine is 100% effective. A breakthrough infection is when a person contracts an illness despite being vaccinated against it. Fauci noted that there will be hundreds and maybe thousands of instances of completely vaccinated people getting infected with COVID-19. The key is to compare the small number of infections to the tens and eventually hundreds of millions of people who have been vaccinated, Fauci said. He said during a White House briefing, quote, "We see this with all vaccines and clinical trials in the real world. No vaccine is 100% efficacious or effective, which means that you will always see breakthrough infections regardless of the efficacy of your vaccine," unquote. Fauci, the director of the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases, noted the best example of breakthrough infections happens with the flu vaccine. The flu virus mutates rapidly, and even during a good year, the shot is only 40 to 60% effective. However, even if a vaccine fails to protect against infection, and this is important to remember, it often protects against serious disease. He said, quote, "If you get vaccinated, no doubt you're less likely to get the flu, but even if you got the flu and got sick, vaccination can reduce the severity and duration of illness and could help get you out of trouble," unquote. So then, during the briefing, Fauci addressed the Israeli preprint study that made headlines over the weekend, which seemingly found the B.1.351 variant may somewhat evade the protection of the Pfizer vaccine. Fauci said, quote, "With all due respect to my Israeli friends, I think that preprint, as it were, was about as confusing as you could possibly be. The only thing that isn't confusing is 2 doses are really good if you want to be fully protected," unquote. Fauci said the study made it sound like people who receive 2 doses of the Pfizer vaccine will be more likely to get infected with the variant than people who were not vaccinated at all. That's true. The way it was written, it did sound like that, which was strange.
It might be something lost in translation, I wonder.
Yeah.
I wonder if the way that it goes from Hebrew to, I don't know. I just wonder about that sometimes.
Yeah.
I want to see what you were reading, though, about infection, about breakthrough infection. That happens not just with vaccines. My grandmother's a great example. She had chickenpox when she was a little girl, just like everybody else. But when she had children as an adult, she got chickenpox again. She literally got chickenpox again. It was a real case, wasn't shingles, totally chickenpox again. And she shouldn't have, in theory, been able to get it again because she already should have had an immunity from getting it in the first place, which is the same thing we look for vaccines. So, yeah, sometimes weird stuff happens.
Yeah.
And it's just, nothing is 100%. Nothing is ever 100% in this world.
It says here, Fauci said the vaccine's protection means that in the unlikely event an infection does break through, it will likely be the more difficult variant, but, quote, that doesn't mean you have a greater chance of getting it, unquote. So that, that's reassuring. I mean, obviously, he has been very concerned about the variants. In Michigan, in particular, they're having a terrible time because of the variants are spreading so widely. And I believe the UK variant is now
the most prevalent,
the most dominant variant, the most dominant strain of the virus in the United States.
That is very true. That is true.
Yeah.
It's 100% true. But that's why he keeps saying we can vaccinate ourselves out of this if we do it the right way. We can't jump the gun. Don't jump the gun. You got to make sure you're fully vaccinated means 2 weeks after your second shot or 2 weeks after the J&J shot. It doesn't mean they stick the needle in your arm and you're done. It is 2 weeks after that your body actually starts to have that immunity to protect you. And we need to keep hand washing and wearing masks and socially distancing. And that by slowing down the spread, we slow down the creation of new variants, for one thing. And the spread of this, so like you said, the reason they're spreading so fast, that's why Michigan's having a problem, because their people just kind of gave up, went, all right, we're done with this now. And that's why it's spreading more prevalently there. Yeah.
Well, the thing is, too, we have to, part of, too, why it's so important to continue to mask up and, even if you've been fully vaccinated, take some precautions is, as I understand it, being vaccinated, obviously there can be a breakthrough infection, but also, too, being vaccinated doesn't necessarily mean you're not going to contract the virus if you come in contact with it. In many cases, it means you may contract it, but it just won't make you sick.
You won't get deathly sick. Right. You're not going to be like needing the hospital care or worrying about death and intubation.
But you can still contract it, and therefore, if you're a carrier of it, you could be someone who is fully vaccinated. You could contract the virus. You're fully vaccinated. You don't get sick. You don't have a clue that you have it, but you could spread it to someone who isn't vaccinated yet, and that's part of why it's still important to take these precautions for now. If you're a fully vaccinated person, you can't just throw away your mask and, stop caring about washing your hands.
The science is still out on whether or not you can be an asymptomatic carrier.
Yeah.
We don't know 100% for certain. So let's not take the chance.
Right.
Yeah, you take that chance, that's somebody's life.
That's why everyone is saying, look, don't
take it easy.
Yes, once you're fully vaccinated, you can ease back into some of these things and get together with other fully vaccinated people, right? But don't just don't say, oh, I got my first vaccination, and now I'm going to go party in Miami.
It's not a bulletproof vest.
Yeah,
vaccine is not a bulletproof vest.
Right.
It might be, think of it more like an umbrella over your head, protecting you from the raindrops dropping down. They're still there. You still could get a little damp there.
Yeah.
But, that's my analogy, if you will.
Yeah. In a related story, rawstory.com has this up. Right-wing idiot Ted Nugent who humiliates himself with latest COVID-19 rant, and the internet can't stop laughing. By the way, now
I didn't hear about this one.
Yeah, this just popped up, and I had to read it. And by the way, I mean no disrespect to Ted. I think he's a very talented guitar player. I like the guitar solo on Tail Gunner. Great riff and everything. And look, I mean, and I don't want to ever question certainly the intellect of a man who wrote such classics as Wango Tango or Wang Dang Sweet Poontang. Obviously,
what's that one that women love? cat scratch fever.
Cat scratch fever.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I'm not trying to disparage.
That's actually a real thing too.
It is, yes.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to disparage Ted Nugent in any way, but he has said some genuinely, truly horrifying things over the years.
He can be so asinine.
Yes. Well, according to rawstory.com, it says here, according to a report from the Journal of Musical Things, aging rocker Ted Nugent posted a video rant on his Facebook page pushing a long-debunked COVID-19 conspiracy theory that has critics of the conservative entertainer wondering if he is not very bright or just desperate for attention. In the video, and I'm not going to play the video itself because I
just want to know what he said.
I didn't get a chance to pre-screen the video, so I don't know if he swears in it. So I'm not going to play the video, but there's some of his rant is here. It says, in the video, Nugent complained about his next tour being canceled due to COVID-19 precautions, then ranted, quote, I guess I would ask you, because I'm addicted to truth, logic, and common sense, and my common sense meter would demand the answer to why we weren't shut down for COVID 1 through 18.
Oh, God.
COVID 1... And there was a COVID 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18. COVID 1 through 18 didn't shut anything down, but whoa, COVID-19. As fact checker Snopes responded, quote, the respiratory disease COVID-19 was named in February 2020 for the coronavirus that causes it, SARS-CoV-2, and the year in which the first disease case was reported, 2019. Following that logic, Nugent's proclamation of a COVID 1 through 18 would suggest that there had been 18 years of coronavirus infection rates at a global scale, which is unfounded.
Wait. He doesn't say that they're consecutive.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
He could be talking about 1901.
Yes. By the way, Michael Albert points out he's not very bright and desperate for attention. Ted Nugent is afraid of his own irrelevancy.
He's a party dude. He probably cooked his brain too much in the early years.
No,
he's not a party dude.
Ted Nugent, and this is one thing I do like about him. Ted Nugent is a notorious non-partier.
Ooh.
Yeah, he's very straight edge.
So he's just that stupid.
Yeah, he's just he just was born with a very small brain.
It probably matches other parts.
But no drugs, no alcohol. I think he told a story once I saw in an interview, because I do think he's an interesting guy. And I do honestly think he's a talented musician. But and Tom Morello actually is friends with him and says if you talk to Tom Morello, I heard interviewed by Howard Stern recently, says that he's actually friends with Ted Nugent, even though they're obviously diametrically opposed politically. And he said Ted is one of these people who, if you have a conversation with him one-on-one, he's actually a very normal, nice dude. But what you get from him in the media is this sort of, like with a lot of people, this sort of exaggerated version of him.
The media didn't have nothing to do with this fiasco. The media didn't have nothing to do with his 1 through 18 or 1 through 19.
Sometimes the way people
18.
act in the media is different, is an exaggerated version of themselves. It's like when Rush Limbaugh died. I've been listening to a lot of Howard lately, and when Rush Limbaugh died, Howard was commenting that. Oh no, it wasn't about Rush though. He was talking about Alex Jones, but they got there because they were talking about the death of Rush Limbaugh, and Howard was commenting about how he had met Alex Jones a couple of times, and he said Alex Jones in real life is nothing like what he is on his show. Like in real life, Alex Jones is a normal, calm, rational, and
you're nothing like what you are off the show,
right?
Yeah, so there's that.
Well, I am an exaggerated version of myself on the show, and that
this is very true.
I'm actually, because I'm
quite the introvert.
I'm very much an introvert, but that's not a binary thing, introvert, extrovert. Like I'm an introvert with certain extroverted characteristics. Like I can be on a show and be very extroverted. You're kind of the inverse of me, I think. You're an
you don't say.
You're an extrovert, but with certain introverted characteristics.
This is true. Yes, that's true. That's a very good. They're very nice there, Maddie. That was good. Yes. Very good.
But Michael Albert points out about Nugent, straight edge, but into underage girls. Yes, that is true. That is true. But
gross.
Ted told
Isn't
a story.
He like 80 now?
Ted? No, he's in his 70s. But he told a story in an interview where he said he got, I think he was very young. He was like barely even a teenager, but he got drunk. And when he came home drunk, his father was so furious with him, he made him like take a notebook and write like 1,000 times, only an a-hole gets drunk. And at the end of it, Ted just said, okay, well, I'm never going to touch alcohol again. And he never did.
Oh.
So.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Interesting that his dad came up with that.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, by the way, Mike Pelopita liked your analogy about the umbrella and the rain.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
He says that's a perfect analogy, Jenny. But, yeah, so people on Twitter have been giving Ted a hard time. There was a tour where
1 through 18,
where Ted Nugent opened for Kiss in the 80s, and I didn't see them on this tour, but Dan Randlett, my good friend who also joins Pauly C and I Friday nights on Retro Spectrum Radio, told me that he went to see Kiss and Ted Nugent was opening. And again, this would have been a few decades ago, but like Nugent said something to the crowd like, there better not be any illegal aliens here or something. It's like, dude, why would you do that? You know?
Because he's a jerk.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, if you get, I mean, seriously, some people are just jerky.
Yes, yeah. Oh, he does like the beef jerky. He's very into that.
That's not what I meant. Oh God.
You know, because he's a hunter and he makes his own. He makes his own beef jerky.
It probably is really good.
Probably, I don't know. I'm not interested in trying his meat, but
why not, Maddie? Come on, you know you want to.
I don't want to. I don't want
some Nugent meat.
I don't want to support him in any way. By the way, so we haven't talked about. We got a little bit of time yet. We haven't talked about Matt Gaetz at all today. Although I did play that fun song from Rocky Mountain Mike.
Another slimy, disgusting individual. Actually, he's way slimier and way more disgusting than.
Well, look,
Nugent.
You know, as far as Matt Gaetz, let me just say before we get to this quick update here. I mean, regardless of, look, I'm all for, you know, finding out the facts before condemning someone and all that. But I mean, honestly, even if you're a conservative Republican and you like people like Matt Gaetz, you got to admit everything about this guy just screams creep.
Seriously.
I mean, I find it impossible.
Him and his buddy's phone call to the state rep.
I find it impossible not to assume the worst about him on every level. Just everything
He's
about
that
the guy.
Slimy. Everything
about the guy. But Mediaite reports newly released chat logs reveal Matt Gaetz' pal Joel Greenberg warning friends they might need to lawyer up. A new report shows that Joel Greenberg, a close ally of embattled Congressman Matt Gaetz, reached out to associates in an apparent state of emergency before he was federally indicted for sex trafficking a minor. Greenberg, a former Seminole County tax collector facing 33 criminal charges for a variety of offenses. Hey, if it's worth doing, it's worth doing right.
I guess so.
Became a notable factor in the Gaetz scandal last week when it was reported that he was on the verge of accepting a plea deal and cooperating with federal investigations into the congressman's sex scandals.
How many buses is he going to roll?
Yeah. These reports seem to be corroborated when Greenberg's lawyer spoke to the media and suggested Gaetz ought to be concerned about the prospect of his pal turning on him.
Yeah. 30. Yeah, you know he's gonna. He's gonna. He's facing some serious time.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Buses are gonna roll.
Yeah.
I'm getting some popcorn on the way home for this one.
Come to think of it, yeah, I wonder if Matt Gaetz and Ted Nugent know each other, you know, the underage girls.
Well, I hope when he goes to jail, somebody makes him their best friend.
Yes. Maybe Ted will write him a song.
He's such a slimy. I can't imagine. Getting that voicemail must have been gross.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Really gross. What's grosser than gross? Matt Gaetz.
Yeah. Federal investigators have obtained a WhatsApp conversation between Greenberg and his friends. And Politico's article on the chat shows him to be concerned about people digging into his use of Venmo.
Yeah.
By the way,
I heard about that.
The Venmo thing. When that first popped up in the news, my first thought was Jerry Springer when he was, before the Jerry Springer show, he was mayor of Cincinnati, and he got caught paying for sex because he was writing personal checks to the prostitutes he was with. And I couldn't help but think of that when I saw that, Matt Gaetz is...
You can't prove I gave her money? Oops.
Well, they can prove it. Now, they can't necessarily prove what it was for. Apparently,
Well, when you give 3 women the exact same amount of money at the exact same time after being with them, what would you think?
Right.
What would you think, Maddie? Do you think he's just, paying for their cab ride?
He's just a nice guy.
So he gives his buddy this money, and then the buddy Venmos all these women the exact same amount of money for the exact same night. Come on.
Yeah.
And how do conservatives believe that? How do you believe?
Well, a lot of them don't. I mean, a lot of them are abandoned.
You should be looking at this guy going, oh, man, get him out. Like, really?
He doesn't have a lot of allies. I mean, Trump won't even take a meeting with him, apparently. So
there was a rumor I saw that he tried to get a blanket pardon from Trump before he left.
Yeah. Yeah.
I bet that's true. What a...
Well, Trump issued...
This guy just hits me. Such a slimy little gross... Ugh.
Trump issued a terse statement saying something about, Matt Gaetz never personally talked to me about a pardon or something, but did not deny that anyone in the administration was approached about it, or that it was a discussion among someone. Just not Trump directly.
May or may not have.
Stephen Philbrook in the chat says, hey, what kind of emoji do you think he used when he used Venmo?
Nothing that's coming to my mind is something I should probably say out loud right now.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what, the first emoji that came to my mind was a bed. Sorry. Well, that's where my brain went.
The Politico report says Greenberg spoke to one of his WhatsApp friends that he was paying the legal fees for a young woman he called Vintage 99, a reference to the woman's birth year. Greenberg said, quote, they, federal agents, contacted her and are wanting her to talk. She doesn't want to talk to them, unquote. Politico also said they spoke to one of Greenberg's friends from the chat log who said that Greenberg spoke to his attorney and said, quote, everyone is going to need a lawyer, unquote. This friend, who was kept anonymous, told Politico that the conversation felt like a setup after speaking with Greenberg's attorney. And he told Greenberg, quote, I have nothing to do with any of this and think it is incredibly uncool. You are trying to lawyer me up to be a part of it, Joel. Not blanking cool.
Wow.
Greenberg also used WhatsApp to voice his concerns that his Venmo transactions might be scrutinized by investigators. That led to this anecdote. So Greenberg wrote to his friend. Well, here, let me start here. So, quote, I'm trying to let everyone know who came into contact with any of these girls that the feds are going through my Venmo history and don't want anyone to be caught off guard, unquote. Greenberg wrote to his friend, who promptly replied that he wasn't on Venmo, had no such history with any of these women, and begged him to, quote, absolutely positively leave my name, the blank, out of any of this. I'm serious about this, Joel, unquote. Then Greenberg replied, quote, understood. My only concern is I don't know what could possibly come out of their mouths, and if any of them mentioned places where we met, etc., I would think you would want to at least have a heads up if some chick says she partied at your house or something. That's all. I'm trying to cover every possible angle I can think of. I wouldn't want anyone to be blindsided.
Oh,
unquote.
God, that is such BS. Oh, if you believe that, let me know.
I think that's very considerate. He doesn't want any of his friends to be blindsided. That's
of course.
How nice.
Nah, he's trying. This dude is
what
just
a guy.
Yeah, I'm almost afraid to know what else is going to come out now.
Uh-huh.
Because there's going to be.
Oh, yeah.
Nobody gets that paranoid and goes out like that unless there's something more to be hiding.
Yeah, one would guess.
Just a guess.
Well,
maybe I'm too cynical.
No, maybe. Well, we do need to begin to wrap up soon. But if you missed any part of today's show, it will be up in just a little bit. There's an archive, of course, at WMNHradio.org and at mattconnarton.com. And
I'll give you a quick breaking news on WMUR reported that a phony device was detonated near Central High School in Manchester. Apparently, somebody put something near Central High School that looked like a bomb. So they did detonate it, but it was not. They're now saying it was 100% a hoax thing. But yeah, the ridiculousness still follows here in New Hampshire. You know?
I had to unplug the Alexa. It started talking.
I didn't say her name.
Yeah, I don't know why it does that, but
it's the ghost.
Yeah.
It starts talking to her and then she won't stop.
That's right.
So I'm glad nothing bad happened at Central High School, but geez.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see. And I believe coming up next at 6 p.m. is a replay of Friday's Granite State of Mind with Rob Azevedo, followed by Retro Spectrum Radio with Paulie C., our replay from Friday night. And, of course, our friend Dan Randlett, a little bit of AM Gold.
It was really great. I loved it.
Oh, good.
A lot of old songs that I've forgotten about.
Yeah.
I had a nice little trip on music memory.
Yes. All right. Well, that's going to do it for us for now. Thank you, Jenny.
Thank you.
And thank you to Eazy-G and everybody in the chat room. We'll leave you with a little Public Enemy here, I think. And we'll talk at y'all a little bit later. Oh, and thank you, Mike Pelopita, for dropping off that flag. Don't forget Daryl Dion's challenge on the morning show tomorrow morning. He'll be going to see Elm House of Pizza. Owned by the great Tim Baines. And can Daryl get there and back in 45 minutes? I believe he can.
I think he can do it. I'm rooting for him.
But tune into the morning show to find out, and it's for a great cause, too. All right, that's it for us for now. Talk at y'all a little bit later. Bye, everybody.